Every industry has changed outside of education.
Your teacher at the front, you have students with their book open taking notes, teacher-centered instead of student-centered.
Teaching to the test, the standardization of education and believing that everyone learns the same way. That's extremely challenging to understand that I have 30 different kids with 30 different unique abilities and talents, but they're all supposed to learn the same content. Those mental models and those tools that got us here today, they work great for you and I, but they're not going to be what transfer into the next 100 years.
And that means knowing our students individually.
Our methodology is rooted in 30 years of classroom experience, but more importantly, this experiential approach connects students to emotions and behaviors. You don't need to drastically change what you're doing, we're just going to think differently about the way that we engage with our students. We want to connect students to the value that's created or perhaps taken away because of their behaviors. We want to connect them to meaningful problems that they want to solve in their own life, their community, their school. This layer that's going to go on top of your content is just going to frame that in a way that you can more easily connect to and identify as a teacher, and your students can also connect to too.
It makes it so you're not just at the front of the class all the time. You get to know these students, you get to know their likes and dislikes. All of these things that are going to make you a more passionate teacher. We can get so bogged down with rules and tests and grades, but when you get to see a student have these moments, like aha moments inside of you, you just know, like, you are creating productive members of society.
Okay, awesome. I missed it.
Going to school, it doesn't feel like such a chore anymore. It's more, I feel like I'm being enlightened.
I've seen so much growth from so many students who have changed the narrative about what is possible. They're taking action and doing the things that we thought they could never do. And once you just get even a taste of students doing that, you can't stop. It's really providing them with different activities where they can reflect on things that they were able to do within these activities and how these now extend out to how they can tackle the bigger issues, which are the issues of their life.
Think about your community and actually giving back. I think that's really where that reward comes in. It's not in that.
It starts with you. You are the biggest cheerleader that's in front of these students every single day. And if you really think they need something different, you have the opportunity to give them something different. You don't have to wait for the world to change. You can literally model what it means to take risk and be the change agent for your students.
This is changing the trajectory of society. We're going to be able to tackle new opportunities with new perspective to solve some of our bigger social issues merely because we got the methodology right.
What drives teachers to come into the classroom every day is this future where there's empathetic people, where we can connect to one another. We have communities that are built up by our shared visions and our shared values. These are all things that we are seeking as a society, that we want to see be taken out into our community, and your classroom is the first place where we can start giving them the opportunity to build those skills.
What can you put into the marketplace that add value? It has to be a new product.
Are we trying to teach them the way that they've been taught for the last 100 years? Or are we ready to make a change?